Okay, now, practically speaking, we have here, as we said, two separate groups of two different types of fruit. Firstly, you should have them, each type of fruit should be on the same surface. That's called mina mukaf, that they're all on the same surface. They could be in separate bags, they could be on a table in different corners, as long as each type is on the same surface. It could be one on the counter, one on the table. They could be even all together, touching each other, but as long as each type, you have all its fruit on the same surface, or vegetables. In the same manner, it doesn't make a difference, fruits or vegetables, we do the exact same for both. Okay, now, we take from each type, as we said before, we separate the Trumot Gdola, and included also is the Trumat Maaseh, meaning the 10th of the 10th, 1%, which was meant to be given to a Kohen by the Levi. So let's do that right now. We have 16 lemons over here. Doesn't matter the number as much as their sizes. We need to take 1%, a piece. There will be 1% plus a little bit more. Why plus a little bit more? The 1% is the Trumat Maaseh. The little bit more is the Trumot Gdola. We said there's no specific measurement. As much as we'd like, even a little bit would be considered Trumot Gdola. Since we anyway don't give it over to the Kohen to eat, so no need to be plentiful in this case. The minimum is enough because it's going to be thrown in the garbage. So let's take one of these lemons, anyone would choose. If we have 16, so 1% is approximately a sixth of one lemon. 0.16 is a sixth of one lemon. So if we approximate and plus a little bit, so approximately we'll cut right over here. Here we go. We have this piece of lemon, which is at least 1% plus a little bit more from this entire group of lemons. We return back, we put back the part that's not going to be given away or thrown away, and we have nearby the piece that's going to be in the end thrown away. This will be our Trumot Gdola and Trumat Maaseh. We'll soon call it a name, as you'll see from the saying we'll say soon. From the kumquat, we have a few dozens over here. I would say definitely we don't have 100, way less than 100. If there would be around 50, then we would need to cut half of one, which would be 1% plus a little bit more, so 2/3 of one. To play it safe, let's just take one whole one, a small one, which is definitely more than 100 of the entire amount that's over here. We put this, let's push them all aside, on the same surface as they're in the bag. So we'll put one on the side, which is on the same surface in the bag as all the rest. Okay, now we've set aside two pieces of the two different types of fruit, and now we will go ahead to actually say the proper wording in order to segregate each thing to its proper destination. Before I do so, because I'm going to say a bracha, these happen to be straight from a tree, which we know for sure no one had taken Trumot Umaasrot from these fruits till now. They're called tevel, so therefore you can say a bracha. Otherwise, if you're not sure whether Trumot Umaasrot were taken or not, then just say the wording. We'll soon say right over here without the beginning bracha. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. You just call the names of each and every type of maaser that we're taking out. A moment before we actually say the wording, I'll explain what will be said in English, because we're going to say it in Hebrew. What we're going to do is, we're going to say like this. We're going to say, from the piece we put aside, let's say this lemon or this kumquat, we're doing both at once, because we're going to say that the wording goes for each fruit separately, or fruits and vegetables separately. So we don't have to repeat over and over again for each type separately. We say it only once, and it includes all the types that are in front of us. So, we're going to say that from the pieces that were put aside, a little bit more than the little bit more than 100th that's here, not the 100th itself, a little bit more is Truma Gdola. And then the 100th that's on the side, plus 9 other sections like it, which altogether will include 10%, is Maaser Rishon on the left side of the pile that's over here. So that's not given to anyone. As we said, that can be eaten for ourselves, in our own home. Now, after that, we said the 100th that was set aside, that will be Terumat Maaser. That would be considered as if the Levi had given to the Kohen 10% of what he had received, which is 1% of the entire pie. Then we say, from the remaining fruit of each type, 10%, then we say either we have to decide whether it's Maaser Sheni or Maaser Ani. Since in our case, all these fruits grew before Tu B'Shvat, therefore they're all Maaser Sheni, because they're all part of the 5th year of the cycle. Now, Maaser Sheni, as we said, should be redeemed on a coin, the holiness, redeemed on a coin in order to be able to eat them wherever, and the coin becomes holy. This, specifically in our home, we don't use a coin, and it's the best way to do this is by being a, no, that's really good. I highly recommend to be subscribed to an organization called Machon HaTorah Ve'Haaretz. They deal with all these issues of mitzvot Torah Ba'aretz. What they do is they segregate a coin for each and every subscribed person, so that when we set aside Maaser Sheni and redeem the fruit in our home on a coin, we were using the coin that was segregated and set aside for us in that institution. So it helps very, very much not to deal with the coin and then having to keep it away from anyone, not to use it because it's holy. And then there's complications of how many times you can use the same coin. And then what do you do with it later on? So it's much, much more beneficial and easy to be subscribed to them. I can give you the website. It's called www.toraland, toraland.org.il. So if you go on the website, you can contact them and be subscribed. The same goes, by the way, for Maaser Ani, for those fruits and vegetables that we're supposed to give away to the needy people. So that also is very complicated. Imagine if you come to a poor person and say, cut this lemon in half, and then say, I have this piece of lemon to give you, enjoy it. He may feel so sour, he'll throw it back at you. So the recommendation is, again, by being subscribed to Machon HaTorah Ve'Haaretz, we pay another amount of somewhat like 50-60 shekel per year, and what they do is they lend that money to a real needy family. They make sure that it's a family that's definitely in need for money and for food, and by them loaning your money to that family owes you the 50 shekel back. So instead of getting that money back, it's like an agreement that you'll be eating up all the Maaser Ani of the year, and it's usually the amount of money you give per year definitely covers all the times you'll be needing to do Umaasrot, so that you're really as if giving it to that family because they're not paying you back for the loan that you had given to them in the beginning of the year. So you get to eat all the remaining fruits, produce, together with fulfilling the Maaser Ani as well. Okay, so now let's do it. Actually, I'll just read it out loud. Again, in this case, I will be saying a full bracha, Baruch Atah Hashem, with Hashem's name and everything, because these are tevel. These were never, Trumot Umaasrot were never taken from these fruits. Plus, I'll be also redeeming the Maaser Sheni. As we said, these fruits grew before Tu B'Shvat, so the Maaser Sheni, I'll be redeeming their holiness onto the coin that's segregated for me, and in Machon HaTorah Ve'Haaretz, and again saying another bracha upon fulfilling that mitzvah separately. מה שאומר עכשיו יחול על כל מין בנפרד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להפריש תרומות ומעשרות. המעיט הנמצאת בתחתית של מה שהנחתי בצד תישאר בינתיים תבן. שאר מה שהנחתי בצד הרי הוא תרומה גדולה על הכל. המעיט שהזכרתי ועוד 9 מיליון בצד העליון של מה שברצוני לתקן, הרי הן מעשר ראשון. המעיט שהזכרתי הרי היא תרומת מעשר. עוד 9 מיליון בצד התחתון של מה שברצוני לתקן, הרי הן מעשר שני. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו לפדות מעשר שני. מה שקבעתי למעשר שני בתוספת רבע מערכו, הרי הוא מחולל כל דרגת חיוב על פרוטה ורבע בנפרד במטבע המיועד לכך בשבילי בבית האוצר. Okay, that's it. All done. Very simple. After all, we have now these two pieces of fruit that are set aside. When you do with them, since they are holy, Trumot Gdola and Trumat Maaser, you have to wrap them twice in 2 bags, and you tie the external bag, tie it well so it doesn't open and fall out, and that you just place in the garbage. The moment it's wrapped twice, then it's not considered dirtying it and shaming it, and it's kept in its holy manner until it gets until it rots away or whatever happens to it. That goes into the garbage. All the rest is now kosher to eat and taste the best possible. Grew in Israel, and we fulfill the mitzvah to Umaasrot. And I hope you all enjoy this beautiful mitzvah, and enjoy even more so the fruits and vegetables that you eat after fulfilling this mitzvah. The taste is much better after you fulfill the mitzvot, and they grow from the land of Israel. The holiness they absorb from the land, from the soil of Israel, makes them delicious. For example, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Boreh Peri Ha'etz. Delicious.